XO Sports. XO Sports. XO Sports. XO Sports. Are you ready for XO Sports? Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to XO Sports, episode number 32. Fellas, we are back. The band is back together. Let's get it popping, y'all. Let's get it popping. What's up, fellas?
Definitely. What is going on, man?
Doing out there?
He must have been an 8th grader in a John Madden football
Oh,
game.
man. Hey, they can't handle me. They don't want none of me.
Oh,
You
man.
don't want none of me. Fellas, what's good, man? What's
good, brother?
Hey,
What's good?
man.
What's good?
How y'all doing?
bro?
All
We
right.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Glad to see everybody.
Yeah, man. It's good to be seen, bro.
Yes, definitely.
It's good to be
Malcolm,
seen.
tell me about that subscribe button, please.
I want to thank everyone all over the world who's been watching, XO Sports, all the subscribers. We got Germany, Canada, we got, Philippines. I want to thank everyone for watching and continue to hit the subscribe button. Please tell a friend. We're on all your streaming platforms, Apple. We're on all your streaming networks. Also, please continue to watch the show and tell a friend also. People watching. That's it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Definitely.
Tune in,
Terry.
everybody.
Yep.
Terry.
At this time, our deepest condolences go out to the individuals dealing with the aftermath of the devastating tornadoes that swept through parts of Kentucky last week. Our hearts go out to those who lost their lives. We are keeping the families who lost loved ones because of this tragedy in our prayers. If anyone watching or listening in would like to help with the relief efforts currently going on, you can do so by reaching out to organizations such as the American Red Cross, the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund, the Salvation Army, and Relevant Church, which is located in Mayfield, Kentucky. These organizations have put together fundraisers, donation drives, and more to aid in the recovery and relief for the citizens of Kentucky.
Yeah, it's-
Amen.
Definitely.
It's a
Amen.
Yeah, man.
complete
prayers are all.
tragedy. They
Yeah.
were talking on the news how some families don't have homeowners insurance and just lost
Wow.
their house. It's truly devastating what happened down there.
Devastating, man.
Yeah,
We are praying
Biden.
for you.
Yes.
definitely.
Pray for everyone down there.
Another sad news from the NFL family. Former NFL player Dermaryius Thomas was found dead at his home in Roswell, Georgia on last Thursday. Based on preliminary information, his death stemmed from a medical issue, Officer Tim Lupa of Roswell Police Department said. Thomas played 10 seasons in the NFL, most of them with the Denver Broncos, and is considered one of the best wide receivers in Bronco history, winning 2 AFC championships and played in Super Bowl 50, where they won the Super Bowl. He was selected to multiple Pro Bowls and is second all-time in Broncos history in receiving yards. He truly will be missed. Dermaryius Thomas, dead at the age of 33. Just quick note, I just remember watching the Denver Broncos and the quarterback,
Tim Tebow.
Tim
Tebow.
Tebow. I knew he was going there.
the game had went to overtime,
It was on the line.
Philadelphia against Pittsburgh.
and
Playoff.
Tim Tebow
Mhm.
threw the football to Dermaryius Thomas,
On a slant.
On a slant route.
Yes.
on a slant, and he was gone.
Yes.
And I looked, I said, who is this big wide receiver moving like a jet? And it was him.
Gone. It was him.
Never forget the young man.
Oh, yeah.
Outran everybody on there.
Outran the whole secondary.
But
that was a big.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's going to be missed, truly.
Truly, condolences out to his family.
Great young
Definitely.
man.
our
Good guy.
condolences go out
Great
to the
young man.
family.
Yeah.
Condolences out to the Bronco family also.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this was something we felt that was coming near the end of the season, but the owners said, you know what? You got to go. Former head coach Urban Meyer is fired as the Jacksonville Jaguars coach.
You're fired.
There's a surprise.
Okay. Terry, how do you feel?
Well, like we said, we kind of saw this coming. You know, there's a lot of controversy that went on with him this year, first year as an NFL coach. There's some things that were in the news. There's some things some team things, in-house things that didn't get out, but were going on. So it doesn't surprise me. He just and there were rumblings that he just didn't have control of the team. So Jaguars did what they needed to do. You have to have the players all on one accord. All have to be playing for each other. And you know, there were reports that he was kind of separating the locker room. Or other reports of, you know, the people he hired. Players were questioning him bringing in Tim Tebow as a tight end. No tight end experience. You know, these are all guys, not just players, but people on the Jaguar staff that have been there for years, know how to run an NFL team, that were kind of questioning, you know, what his motives were, what he was doing. So, you know, writing was on the wall.
Emerson.
Well, Mr. Urban Meyer. He said fired. And I just want to add this too. This is the NFL, which means not for long if you keep coaching like that. So he's gone. And I'm not surprised. I am a little surprised because when I started seeing some of the things, as Terry just stated, bringing Tim Tebow in to play tight end, what are we doing here? I just didn't understand some of the moves he was making. And this is the NFL. If you don't perform up to task, you're gone. But I would like to see them bring in Byron Leftwich as a coach. That's one of my candidates that I would love to see at that job. He played there in Jacksonville. He's currently on the Pittsburgh Steelers staff now as the OC. I would love to see Byron Leftwich get that job. Eric Bieniemy, maybe Don Wink Martindale, defensive coordinator now with the Ravens. I would love to see some of those guys get the chance. They might want to call Sean Payton to see if he still wants to stay down there in New Orleans. We don't know what's going to happen to Mike Zimmer after this year. Those are some of the names I have right now that could replace him immediately.
Byron Leftwich is with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm sorry, Tampa Bay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
problem.
Tampa Bay.
You'll be teased about that later on when we're off the air.
Tampa Bay. Yes.
Don't worry.
They got the Mad
Malcolm.
newspaper.
Well, he didn't want to. My thing is, he just went for the money anyway. He only took the Jaguars job because he knew he was getting that first round pick. So once he got that first round pick, he knew who it was going to be. You know, the kid from Clemson, the quarterback, the number one overall pick. But he did what he did, and they threw him a boatload of money. And as he got there and he went through the training camp and everything and through the season, I don't think the guys wanted to play for him anymore. You can't control a team if the guys don't want to play for you. So those are grown men. You don't go around kicking your kicker, no pun intended, kicking your kicker, saying, make the freaking kick next time, start making your damn kicks or whatever. I mean, it doesn't show any professionalism. Where's your profession? I mean, I understand you can berate and belittle, a couple of players. You got to know how to handle your players.
Absolutely.
He couldn't handle his players, save his life. So, and what it is, like I said, these aren't kids coming in college. We all know that he's a great college coach. No doubt 3 rings, 3 national championships. Nobody's ever doubting that.
Not at all.
The difference between college and pros, that's 2 different animals right there. You have to deal with a lot of egos who getting paid more money than you, some of them. They might have hired you to get paid, but I'm telling you right now, these dudes got family and lives. They ain't gonna let you kick them. I don't care who you are. So, like you said, it is what it is. It was, like I said, the writing was on the wall. He wanted out. There's no secret. He wanted that USC job. Everybody know it. But he couldn't find a way to get out soon enough.
Brian.
Yeah, and my thing will be the damage that is done. Will Trevor Lawrence be able to bounce back from the atmosphere and the position he was put in? As y'all all agreed and said, you can kind of see everything was not going right. You have a rookie quarterback and you bring in Tebow and try to put him at tight end. You don't do that. You definitely don't even entertain that. You don't do anything like that. So that just kind of shows he thought he can do what he wanted to do in this league, and that's not the way it goes. We'll see what he does. Will he get another opportunity? Probably so. They say no, but no, I think
in college, definitely. Not in the pros, not in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
No, not in the NFL.
He'll get it in college because there'll be a program that's down there that says we need him.
But he shouldn't even get that.
Yeah, he has to stay away from those lap dances too. I'm sorry.
I think with Urban Meyer,
allegedly.
No, we seen that.
With
Video evidence.
Yeah. For me, with Urban Myers, he had a nice cushy job over at Fox doing college. A host on for the college footballs on Saturday. You're sitting there, you're looking at all these young players, and then you get a call from the NFL. Hey, I want you to come and coach my team. Yeah, well, here's the money. And you start saying to yourself, I can coach in the NFL. I can do this. But then all of a sudden, you begin to see how much work you got to do. The grind.
The grind.
The grind, yes. Because now
you're
the one. Yeah. You've got to pick out the players. And so you say, you know what? Hey, Tim, come on over here. Let's see if you still got it. That was a red flag right off the hop. Putting Tim Tebow as a tight end.
Oh, got it. He never played the position.
Yeah, exactly.
And for me as an owner, when you go out and you're getting a lap dance as the head football coach.
A lap dance?
I'm being nice.
Yes, you are.
You're fired. Because you don't want to be here.
A lap dance?
No, coaches can get a lap dance, just don't get caught on camera.
He wanted to get caught on camera.
In his own restaurant or bar.
He wanted to get caught on camera because he was looking for an exit. If you're a man in leadership of men, you already know the do's and the nots. And he decided to do it. So no, goodbye.
Lap dance.
And off to college, wherever you want to go. You go hang out with Emerson.
There's a good influence.
Allegedly.
Guys, who should replace Urban Myers in Jacksonville? Malcolm.
Well, Brother Emerson gave you like 15 names. So, I mean, it's hard for me to choose anybody outside of that. So, I agree with him. I like to see Eric Bieniemy get it. I like to see, Byron Leftwich. I can agree with that also. Give those young men a chance, because they know football. They're not just sitting there on the sidelines, being a pansy, they know football. It's time for them to give some of these young coaches more of a chance. And Eric Bieniemy's been through the grind, so he knows. He's also Super Bowl winning coach.
Yep.
Yes. So I would like to see that.
He deserves a chance.
Me myself, yes.
Emerson.
I like Byron Leftwich just because he has a connection with that fan base there in Jacksonville. And I think he would be a great. I'm not taking anything from Eric Bieniemy, but I like Byron Leftwich because they know him, that fan base knows him, and I think it'd be a perfect marriage for them.
Terry.
Yeah, I have to agree with Malcolm and Emerson. Pick one of the two, Byron Leftwich or maybe Byron Leftwich is a better fit, as Emerson said, because he's familiar with the fan base. I would imagine that he's familiar with the organization and the staff, or at least some of the staff that's there. He knows what they're looking for within the franchise, so it might be a perfect fit. You can't do any worse.
Brian.
Yeah, and I concur with that. I like the homegrown of Byron Leftwich going there to Jacksonville. Eric Bieniemy, I'm hoping that he will be getting a job in Chicago. Hopefully, both of these talented individuals deserve the opportunity and will get the opportunity to show what they can do as the head coach.
Okay. If I'm Byron Leftwich, I'm staying in Tampa Bay because the coach there, Bruce Arians, gave him the job as the offensive coordinator. Bruce Arians is going to push for him to become the head football coach there. The only problem that's going to hurt him is hopefully they may have a quarterback to step in his place.
That's why I would leave.
Yeah, ain't no Brady coming back through there.
But
Right.
For me, I'm going to look at this as an owner. I would want Mike Tomlin there. And the reason why I say Mike Tomlin is for these reasons. One, Tampa Bay hasn't won anything in the last 4 years. They've made it to the playoffs.
Did you say Tampa Bay?
You mean Tampa Bay or
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville.
Oh, you want to tease me about that? Oh, the Byron Leftwich thing. Oh, we're going to talk about you after the show. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Let's go, buddy.
Meanwhile,
Technical difficulties. That's all.
Eugenics.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Jacksonville needs a winning coach down there. From what the coach has done, Urban Myers, you need somebody with a proven track record, and that's going to bring stability to the organization. Because with those young kids in there, you need somebody that's going to have a ring as a head coach and come in there and grab the bull by the horns. And I think Mike Tomlin, I love the guy, but I think it may be time for him to move on. And if you move on to Jacksonville, you've got a franchise quarterback right there that you can run a 10-year run. So
you giving up on your coach, bro?
I didn't say I would give up. I said as an owner. I said I said that in the beginning. I said I'm looking at it as an owner, not as a fan. Because as an owner, I just shelled out a boatload of money to this guy. And because I fired him, I still have to pay that contract. Out of all his shenanigans, I'm still on the hook for that.
I think there might be some technicalities in there with that contract when they go to court. I don't know.
They probably have a clause.
Sure.
He'll get a buyout. He'll get a buyout.
There's some stuff
He's gonna get all his money.
Coaches, unless coaches really do something extreme, their contracts are pretty much guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna get his money.
If you go back to
I believe you. No.
The Raiders, Al Davis. If you recall, he didn't want to pay Kiffin.
Yeah.
And Kiffin had to take him to court to get his money.
He got it.
And Al Davis was dead wrong, but Al Davis was like, I don't care. I'm going to make you go through the procedure anyway.
He did that to more than one coach. He did that to other coaches too.
Gruden's getting that
Yes.
whole $100 million. That's what you're telling me?
And what I want to say, G,
Yeah.
talking about
Shanahan.
Leftwich staying in Tampa and coach giving them the team. That team is all. It will be all.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of there. Why?
When Brady go, Gronk going with him.
Gronk,
Yep.
Evans, they've been in the league a while.
Wow.
AB.
But here's the
You'll be
problem.
starting over.
That owner has no track history with Byron.
Yes, he do
Yeah.
now.
But
He got a
he
chance
had-
with him.
Not in Jacksonville. He
you
wasn't
bring Byron
wasn't-
there. You got
he wasn't-
$70 million of
there. When
cap
Byron
space this
when
year.
Byron was
They have
playing.
$70 million.
When Byron was playing, he was not this. The owner now wasn't
But
there.
does that matter?
The fan
Mhm.
base. The fan
He's
base
still a
says
former player.
who we want.
Home
Yeah,
grown.
but you got to look at it from the. Forget about the fan base.
Oh no,
The owner-
that's who buys
Who
the tickets.
matters?
That's who buys the tickets.
Fan
Are
base.
you
Who
kidding?
cares?
I
Forget about
said-
the fan base.
If I'm the
Did
owner,
he just say that?
I'm looking. Wait a minute, because as an owner,
You
You
said
gotta-
forget about the fan base.
no. As far as me selecting who's going to run my organization, do you get emotional
you.
with who the fans want, or do you look
I
at
hear
it
you.
from a business perspective?
Okay, listen. He doesn't
The
have to pick the team.
business-
He's just got to coach it. They're not telling him to be GM.
Well, even if you coach a team,
Mhm.
a la the Chicago Bears.
Hold on. Let me
Wait a minute, hold on for one
Go
second.
ahead.
Is the Chicago Bears head football coach terrible?
yes.
Yeah.
So would you let him interview for Jacksonville?
No.
But
Well,
you
he
don't know that
probably
yet.
will.
No.
So, I mean, in certain cases, as an organization, you may say, yes, Byron is young, but do you want more of a veteran head football coach coming in?
Listen.
Does it matter
All
nowadays?
You
I
want
know
an
is-
offensive minded for your quarterback.
Yep.
For a rookie
Exactly.
second-year quarterback.
McVay didn't have no experience.
Right.
Think,
Shanahan didn't have no experience.
Exactly.
What's my man from
Come on.
Arizona?
the
Arizona
list
coach-
goes on
Yeah.
and
Arizona
on.
coach got fired from
It goes
Texas
on and on.
Tech. And he had no experience in the
It goes
NFL.
On and
all three
on.
of them got hired. So, bro, Byron
it
Leftwich needs to get a trip, get a chance.
Well,
So
that's-
what's the thing on Airbnb then? What you got against him?
I have nothing against him. I have nothing against Airbnb.
So
All I'm
who-
saying is from what you had with Urban Myers coming in, who was supposed to, who came in with 3 college national championships and acted like a college frat boy
Mm.
with Jacksonville. Now, do I want to go young or do I want somebody to come in and
Don't
stable my
discriminate age, bro.
stable my
discriminate
football
age.
team?
You're going
Wow.
to age now. Age
Yeah.
doesn't matter. If
It
you know
doesn't.
football, you know football.
Yeah.
Who's a better?
We see the
coordinator,
wonder
G?
kid out there in LA with the Rams, the wonder
Yep.
kid. That's
Wonder
what I call
kid.
him. I call him the wonder kid.
Yep.
I got to go with an offensive minded coordinator.
Yes.
Oh,
Coordinator.
head
You
coach,
have
but
a
coordinator. but-
franchise quarterback,
Yeah.
Franchise.
Trevor Lawrence. Let's go.
All
Yep.
right.
Let's go.
We can stay here all day.
Move on.
Yes, please.
Oh man.
So there we go.
Yes.
College football and NHL update. Emerson, please.
All righty. Listen, let's hit the NHL first. I just want to send a big shout out right now to the Anaheim Ducks, who's just playing tremendous hockey right now in the world of hockey. They have a young, inspiring team, and they're just surprising a lot of people with behind the leadership of Ryan G. They look really good right now. I know the power rankings have been going back and forth with some of the other major teams that have been well established, but the Anaheim Ducks right now are playing some of the best hockey around. So we're going to ride this out, and like I always say, that Stanley Cup is right around the corner. But they've been having a lot of protocol issues with due to COVID. A lot of players are out due to COVID protocols. Some of them have been on restrictions to travel only from the hotel to the arena or to their home. It's really getting really bad. I just hope that players can stay safe. They find a safe haven and so that they can get through this season, because they're already talking about some games may be postponed. They're also talking about the Olympics not being held. They're supposed to go to the Olympics. That may not happen because they may have to play games that they're postponing, or the possibility of being postponed. So there's a lot going on. So over 100 players, and they're also talking now about some of the safety. There's been some really, really hard hits here in hockey, and we know that's a violent game, a very violent game in the National Hockey League. You got to be you got to be a big boy to play in the National Hockey League. I'm telling you. So they're trying to find out ways that they can protect the players without taking away that physical nature of the hockey of the National Hockey League. So
Don't do like
that's
the
what I
NFL.
have. Yeah. That's been the talk. That's been the talk. Over in the world of college football, we had our annual Navy and Army game with Navy pulling it out 17-13. Listen, this is over like the 122nd meeting of this great series that's been going on forever. What a great game. The Navy shipmen pulled it out. It was an exciting game. It's always an exciting time to see Navy and Army play, one of the historical games in college football. What a great game. But the top of the news today, to see the signing of Travis Hunter, denouncing his throne, as Eddie Murphy said, and coming to America, from Florida State and going to a historical Black college university. Jackson State, with the one, the only prime time Deion Sanders. How he was able to pull that off, it's only prime time could do. And I'm just saying, I think this is something that's going to open up a major door for other major players going to these historical Black colleges. I think it's going to be great. Jackson State has a big championship game this weekend, playing against South Carolina State. They are favored to win that game. Prime time. He knows how to reel them in. I think he's going to be able to bring in some more top players. But I got to talk about all the transfers that are going on in college football right now. Teams are trying to sign players, are trying to get players to commit to their university, and before they can do it, somebody else has grabbed them. They're already transferring somewhere else, transferring to another university. So there's a lot going on in college football right now as far as the transfer protocol is going on. But I want to say this, though. Texas A&M got some of the top players in the early signing periods, and they're getting ready to be a powerhouse. We know they shocked Alabama this year. Look out for Texas A&M to be one of the top teams coming into next year. We know Alabama just reloaded. They actually signed a homegrown right here from Connecticut, Tyler Booker.
Yes.
All right. Tyler
Yeah.
Booker from Connecticut. 6'5",
Yes.
325 pounds, came out of the IMG Academy. And he's going to Alabama. And big ups to the Booker family. We send a shout out to you.
Congratulations.
Some good friends of ours. We know them. They're like family to us. So we want to send a big shout out to Tyler Booker going to Alabama, right here from Connecticut. Homegrown, y'all. So, and we're going to get ready for those big games. December 31st, Michigan and Georgia, Alabama and Cincinnati. Get ready. It's going to be a great time on New Year's Eve. That's the world of college football.
Nice.
Let me say something about college football, if you don't mind. One, it's so awesome to see Deion and HBCUs signing these athletes. See, don't forget now, with this new, you're able to pay the endorsements to these college players now. They can basically pick their own team now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They don't have to go to the Ohio States, the Michigans, or the Georgia, or the Alabamas. They can go wherever they want and still
anywhere they want.
They're still going to get paid their endorsement money and everything. I thought it was excellent. And don't forget, like you said, you took the words right out of my mouth. Don't forget, Deion's not done. The transfer portal, the transfer portal hole, that portal, that's coming too for Deion. Deion got some of those coming.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, he got some of those coming. Like you said, it's great to see these athletes shine in these HBCUs. I said it before.
And they're transferring, Malcolm, as we speak by the hour. As we speak. They said text messages are going out to all different players throughout the country. Listen, man, I'm coming to where you are. I'm going here. I'm going there. They can go anywhere.
They
Yeah,
can go
which
to
is
Tennessee
good.
State. They can go to
This
South
has
Carolina State.
opened
this
up.
They can go to
segment-
Norfolk State.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness!
Now,
Amazing.
this segment here brings us to Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Coach Sanders.
Yes.
Should
Coach Prime.
Deion Sanders move to Division I college football? Emerson.
I like Deion staying right where he's at right now. Build up that program there at Jackson State to bring in some more top recruits. Who wouldn't want to play for Deion Sanders? They've seen all the highlights on him, all the big time moments in the NFL and both in college. He's a major draw right now for teams. He's a major draw. Who wouldn't want to play for him, especially if you're playing on the defensive side of the ball? He's prime time. He's prime time. He's prime time.
Yeah.
Terry.
Like Emerson said, I like to see him stay there for another 3 to 4, maybe 5 years. Build that program up to the point where if he does decide to leave, it's a program that's sustainable and get good players to come in, and they're still winning games. Hey, maybe you bring him down to Jacksonville. You worried about the fans? You know that name carries a lot of weight
Yeah.
in the NFL. So something to think about. But I like to see him stay put.
Malcolm.
I would love for Deion to stay there. It's great for HBCUs. First of all, like you said, not just Jackson State. I was saying you got Tennessee State. They got George there coaching. You got Delaware State. You got Howard. You got these other schools. South Carolina State.
Yep.
Texas. What is that? North Carolina A&T.
A&T. The list goes on. Yes.
These schools. My thing is, we want the recruits to go to all of them colleges and the HBCUs. What it is, they can still flourish and still get their shine on. My thing is, what it is, they need to get together with that HBCU network. That's the key. Let me know when you start it because I want to invest. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they start that, because I feel once they get that HBCU network going, that's going to help all the colleges. They don't just send it to one; they send it to all the colleges that are playing, whether it's basketball or football or baseball or tennis. Don't forget, we got some superstars in tennis too coming.
Absolutely.
People don't realize it's just more than one sport. We just need that kickoff. What Deion is right now, he's just the front of HBCU right now, and I'm glad that it's hurt these other colleges. Look, hey, you made enough money throughout the years.
Can you imagine, Malcolm? Can you imagine?
They got SEC network money, Big Ten network money.
Can you imagine all the players that play for these top universities right now?
Yes.
They all went to HBCU schools. You know what we're talking about right now?
Man,
I don't even know if some of the other
Major shift.
Please,
Major
it would be major. Huh?
I said, I'm representing my Morgan State. My son goes to Morgan State University right now. As you can see on MSU representing, like I said, I'm paying for it, by the way. And my thing is, we still have to get these going with these HBCUs. I love it because I said it in basketball.
Absolutely.
If Zion would have signed with an HBCU when he came out of high school, the networks would have followed him. So that would have been the start right there. And that would have been awesome. But like I said, we're not done. HBCU's not done. Not done at all. Big up to Jacksonville and Prime Time. Coach Prime. Don't forget, by the way, Coach Prime has NFL coaches on his staff. It's not just him they're going to. They're going to that staff. That coaching staff is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Brian.
And that's what I was just going to mention. It's great what Deion is doing for the HBCU and also for the athletes themselves. He's bringing players that have played in the league with that experience to pass that along to these younger athletes. So you can't get that from a book. You can get it from players who haven't played the game, but getting it from people who have played the game at a high level is something that you hold on to and you value that. But what he's doing is great. I like the way he's shining light on the colleges, and I hope he stays put at least for another, like T said, give another 4 or 5 years. And and this is well deserved. Athletes deserve this. They should have the opportunity to go where they want to go and not be constricted.
Definitely.
By the way, in the last few years, there wasn't an athlete in the draft from an HBCU. And I think that's crazy. You're going to tell me there's not an athlete or a defensive back or a cornerback or a wide receiver or a safety or, hey, a running back that didn't be, hey, Walter Payton came from Jackson State. Don't forget that. All right.
I forget that.
Well, Doug Williams came from Grambling. Like I said, we have the Super Bowl winners.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp.
That's what can.
Michael Strahan, Texas Southern. You know,
but that's what can hurt a program if you can't get your kids into the NFL, because the big colleges with the TV revenue money can say,
Exposure.
I can get you on Saturday, prime time. So you, and some of them are eventually going to say, you can go down there with Deion Sanders, but where I'm going to let you play on national television, put you in a better position to make money. And so Deion has already got one hand behind his back, and he's going into the ring, and he might get knocked out.
That's what he's trying to do. So. He's trying to make it a fair fight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's trying to change
all
the
that
game.
money.
Change it.
All that money is going to start fluttering right to the HBCU schools, because when you're starting to get top-notch linemen and top-notch receivers,
but when you got the revenue money coming in, like the Big Ten, SEC money.
Oh, absolutely.
So
they have major fund.
You're going to need about 3 more other colleges in Deion's division to become better.
It will happen.
I see it going to happen.
So you can build television revenue.
This just opened up a whole new playbook.
And we're going to open up a new playbook in the NBA with Malcolm NBA Update.
Yes. The NBA is doing great. Oh, my God. Brooklyn Nets are playing ball. Kevin Durant scored 51 this past week, and I don't know why he was so silent. He just gets buckets.
He's a bucket machine.
Kevin Durant is one of the top 2-3 players in the league, hands down. And of course, Milwaukee's on their heels. You know, Milwaukee's starting to turn it around. Chicago's still Chicago in that East. You know, you got Charlotte. I still keep an eye on Charlotte and Miami. If Miami gets healthy, they're going to be doing some things. But what's surprising me, I told you last week, Cleveland Cavaliers. They're balling. They get that kid Evan Mosley, and they got Allen. Them kids are blocking everything that comes down the middle. They playing great defense, and they got great scoring. They're doing a great job. I'm telling you right now. As far as the West, we gotta give it up. I'm gonna save that part.
Say it.
Golden State won, but they beat my Knicks. But we're gonna save that for later. We got Phoenix. Golden State still on top, with Phoenix right on their heels, and the Utah Jazz are playing their butts off. You know, and we know John Morant's been out for a while, but he's back and forth. But Memphis is playing. You know, they're balling out. The Lakers are creeping up and down. They're hitting a couple shots here and there.
Getting some cheap wins. Cheap wins.
You know, they're taking a couple of, Geritol pills to get them ahead, how that goes. And it's just a matter of the NBA. But at the bottom, man, I'm disappointed in Portland, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
They're 11 and 18.
What's going to happen with Lillard? What's going to happen?
But the key is everybody wants the kitchen sink for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't worry, they're not going to swap Ben Simmons for Damian Lillard. I can't see it happening, because they're going to be like, we don't want to get worse, we want to get better. So it is what it is. I mean, at the bottom of that, it's like I said, it's just shocking seeing a team of that caliber with those 2 scorers on that team, with Damian Lillard, who everybody loves. The guy's just a phenomenal player, And you just hope his team can put it together. They just never had the defense to stop anybody.
Can't stop nobody.
They don't have an enforcer. So in the world of NBA, and that's it for that part for me.
And Malcolm, just one more thing I want to add. We got that COVID protocol again. I mean, it's running rapid. I mean,
it is.
You're right. COVID's going up everywhere, whether it's NFL, NHL, or NBA. Right now, the COVID,
it's a
it's
problem.
on the rise. People be careful. Wear your mask. Just because you're vaccinated don't mean you can't get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So still do your protocol. Don't act
Three
all
players
willy-nilly.
from the Lakers. Three players from
Yeah.
the Lakers today
Yes.
are out. You know,
Hey,
there's some
It's
more
on the rise
players.
because we're inside
out?
now. We're not outdoors no more. We're inside.
Dwight Howard, Taylor Horton Tucker, somebody else. I can't remember.
Three nobodies. Anyway,
Yeah,
listen.
no. Hey, that's my team. Man. That's my team, man. That's my team.
Okay,
Nobody really care about on that team. But anyway,
guys, Steph Curry, too hot to handle. Steph Curry is the new all-time three-point shooter, passing Ray Allen's record of 2,973 three-point shots. Emerson.
The greatest shooter of our time, hands down, in any era. And I'll say that until the cows come home. Steph Curry is that dude, one of the greatest shooters we've ever been able to see and witness. And there have been many have been, we've seen them in all different eras. But I'm saying this, and I want everyone to hear me clearly. Hands down, Steph Curry is the greatest shooter that I know I'll ever witness in my lifetime.
Harry.
Yeah, I have to agree. Best shooter in history, best shooter that I've seen since I've been on this planet. It was fitting that he broke the record in the Garden, but you know, it was well deserved. I mean, it was for it to happen in the Mecca. I mean, it was, to me, it was just meant to happen there. He had a couple opportunities to break the record. I think 2 games prior to that, but you know, broke it. And where, you know, players like Reggie Miller shined, you know, made their name legendary in the Garden. Steph came in and broke the record there. I'm happy for him. Congratulations. I sent you guys a skit earlier during the week where someone showed how you guard Steph Curry, and it's from the moment he gets up from the bed, you got to guard him.
Yeah.
And at the end of the skit, the guy said, "Hey, I've been guarding him since he got up, and he's still making shots. So sit me down, sit me down, coach." So
man.
You know, he's unguardable. I mean, you literally have to guard him once he crosses half court, because he will take that shot and he will make it. Again, not only one of the best shooters, but one of the most accurate shooters.
I mean,
you know, so
wow.
Malcolm.
What can you say? I mean, I love spitting the man's government out. Wardell, Stephen Curry. The man is amazing. I mean, what can you say? Everybody already said the greatest shooter we've ever seen in our time. He changed the game of basketball. I coach youth basketball, you know, when my son was playing and stuff, and, you know, until he got older at AAU. Everybody that plays today, all of them want to shoot threes. They don't want to play defense, but they want to shoot threes. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, you got to learn to get to the basket. Steph Curry still goes to the basket. You know what I mean? I said, you can't just shoot a jumper and think you done made it and you done hit a three and you're flashing. It's just 3 points. You got a whole game left. The guy is incredible. Congratulations to him and his family, because it had to take hard work for his family, you know, his dad and everybody, his brother who balls too. You know, it takes hard work to get where they are. And that man worked hard. I mean, I still remember when he was being drafted, they said, oh, he had weak ankles, and which he does, which is true. And he won't last in the NBA. He's too thin or he's too skinny or whatever. But man, when you can't measure the heart.
Came from a small school, didn't play against great competition. All of that they said.
The man, you can't say enough about him. I mean, once again, you take your hat off to this brother, because he's done this on his own. 2-time MVP. I mean, probably will get an MVP this year too, and he turned that team around, and it's just an accomplishment that, like he said, we'll probably never see again as far as somebody breaking that record. I mean, the man was just an assassin out there. Oh man, he's a sniper with that. He's just boom. It's incredible. Congratulations again, Steph Curry.
Brian.
Wardell Stephen Curry.
Brian.
Thinking about this subject, I thought about what can skit that I can kind of think of that would come to it, and I came up with $6 Million Man intro. Young people may not even know that. But you build them better, stronger. He ain't got to be better. He ain't got to be stronger, but he's definitely better. Look at him compared to the two people that you see that he just passed, the great ones. The book on Reggie used to be Jordan, and then it would be like, make him put on the floor, make him dribble left.
Yes.
Steph Curry, he can go left, he can go right, he can shoot with both hands at the hole. Got a DM at the logo. He's shooting from the logo like it's a corner shot.
Yes.
He literally
It's a layup.
is unguardable.
It's a layup for him. Way out there, it's a layup.
Yeah. So the only thing I can think of is just his greatness. I put it on our Twitter account. I was like, enjoy this, people, because you may not see nothing like this ever again. The likes of what he's doing. We looked up Ray Allen. He played till he was 39. Steph broke this record. He's what, 32? Something like that? 32.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Averaging
32,
like
33.
300
33.
threes each season. So where he can end up is where God only knows. And then I was looking, I was like, he got 4,984 assists. He's about to crack in the top 25. Let me ask you guys a question. If he gets one more or two more rings, where does he come in as great?
He's already top 15. I mean, and I know that there's a lot of arguments with that. People may want to throw in there. He's definitely top 15 right now. I mean, and his career is not over. I mean, we don't know. I mean, this
I mean, just the fact that
today top 15 in my book.
If he gets two more rings or one?
You know what, Brian? If he doesn't get another ring, he's top 15 in my book.
Yeah, we know that's locked.
Just
right now.
Just the fact that he changed the game. I mean, you have
Changed the game.
few people,
Jordan.
Kareem, Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron,
Magic. I mean,
like
Yes.
Malcolm said, yeah, Bird. I mean, you like Malcolm said, the 3-point shot has, in my
Taken
opinion, taken over
Taken over.
revolutionized. It's
The
revolutionized the game.
what a 360 dunk can do. The 3-point shot now impacts the game more than a dunk over, say,
Anybody.
a 7-footer. Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
It's a bigger impact on the game now.
Yes.
I
Go ahead.
I think I would say a smart 3-point shot is good for the game.
Mhm.
A dumb 3-point shot is extremely bad for the game. Where that
Agreed.
you see a guy, he gets a fast break, he's running down the court. Take the layup for the 2 points instead of kicking it out for a 3-point shot.
But this is what
Well,
Steph Curry has done.
He has done that.
Steph Curry.
He's changed the way the game is played.
Steph Curry, I would say you're absolutely right, because he's a man that makes a high percentage of 3-point shots, that he has changed the game even more for even the younger generation that comes up. When they watch him play, they want to shoot the 3-point shot like Steph. We had our era where that everybody wanted to be like Mike, open up the game, open up the lanes, and clear out and let Mike do his thing. Now you have this generation coming in looking at Steph Curry, and they're saying, I want to be like Steph. Let me shoot the 3-point shot. But be smart about taking the 3-point shot.
And Aaron, can I ask you while we're on the air, could Steph Curry have played in any other era? in your opinion? Because me and you have had this conversation before.
We've had this, yep, and
sure.
we'll probably have it again next week.
Okay.
My personal feelings is this. I think Steph Curry would have been dominant on offense back with as I said to you before, in conversations against the bad boys, where I think Steph Curry would have taken a beating if he had tried to, one, drive to the basket with Lambert, Rick Mahorn, Dennis Rodman. Even the second thing, another thing about it is they would have beat him up trying to play defense. They would have set hard picks for him. Now, you remember when Michael Jordan played, Michael Jordan realized for himself, which Michael Jordan had a bigger frame than Steph Curry. He had to bulk up because what they figured out to do to Michael Jordan was what? Beat him up.
But yeah,
You're
like
saying
you
the
got
the
Steve Kerr.
physicality.
Those guys
Mhm.
play.
Yeah.
Who?
Steve Kerr, the Hornaceks. Those guys play.
What about Mark Price? Mark Price played in that era. I mean, did we forget about him for the Cleveland
Yeah,
Cavaliers?
he was good. He was
Huh?
good.
Price
He was
was a bigger.
he was
Mark Price had a bigger frame than Steph Curry.
Really?
Yes, he did.
I don't know if they were that much bigger, but anyway, I'm just bringing out some.
He could have
some
played in
names.
any era.
Any
Yes.
era. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You
That's
can
where I'm
shoot.
He
at.
got that 3-point
Wow.
line. He can shoot.
Yep. And
The
shoot with a
pass-
handle.
The passing
Good
that he
handle.
can do. He could take all them guys out to the top of the key. Somebody's got to D him. Somebody's
Yeah.
got to come away from the basket.
Because
I
let's not
mean,
forget, his father was
Listen,
great,
I don't want to get
but his father couldn't dribble.
right. Not like yeah, exactly.
But his father didn't have the frame like Steph.
Oh,
And what
that
was the
was
frame?
bigger.
All I'm saying is with today's
Yeah.
basketball,
Right.
with today's basketball is more of an open court
Right.
game.
And
Back
I
in
know
that-
you like
back
to
in
defend that era. Okay, but
No,
go ahead.
I don't defend. I don't particularly like how the Detroit Pistons played.
But what I'm saying, all those guys would have to come out and meet him. So if he's saying, if you think I'm coming in there, no, I'm not going in there. That would be crazy because I know how you play.
I'll give you one.
So I'm going to shoot from.
Do you remember when Karl Malone cracked Isaiah Thomas upside the head?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I
remember
heard
that.
something. Okay.
He gave him, Isaiah was coming across, and Karl Malone came across with an elbow and almost knocked his head off.
Mm.
And he had a big gash on the side of his eye, and it was bleeding like crazy.
Oh, I think yes, I do remember that. Yes, yes.
And I think I want to
That was just from Karl Malone.
hmm
Now, could you imagine what other teams would have done? Because other teams back then, if you recall, you wasn't going to show them up.
Well,
Yeah, but one thing I,
Yeah,
That style of basketball back then, you want to show them up,
they were big bruisers. I get it.
they would beat you up.
I get it.
And
but one
so
thing
if-
I, oh,
go ahead, T.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead. I'm finished.
One thing I would say is about Curry is all the things that the people were saying about him before when he was at Davidson and before he got into the league. He's too small. He's not strong enough. He went in and, especially for the young people out there tuning in, and what you see the ball go in the hoop, but you don't see the amount of hours that he put into his game. And what he did was he kind of took his weakness and made it a strength where people say, oh, he can't get to the basket. He's not strong enough to finish. So he turned that into, well, you got to come out here and meet me. You got to meet
Thank
me at
you.
half
You
court.
got to come and meet me.
Yes.
and I'm gonna
Can't
blow
leave
by
me
you.
open,
Okay, and I'm gonna blow by
and
you.
I can get by you. Yeah,
Right.
because he didn't have.
Or if you come at me and close it down, I'm going to kick it out to somebody like Clay, and
Yo.
he'll
Right.
knock it down.
Right.
I want
So
to give a
now
shout out. Look like why jumped in and may have said that he doesn't. I guess he thinks that Curry could not have played that generation. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he agree with you, G.
Who said that?
Why?
Somebody named Y. Okay, what's up,
Kudos to
Y?
Y.
What did he say? What did he
He
say?
doesn't think that Steph Curry. I'll keep it censored for the young folks out there going to school. He said, "Heck no, Curry couldn't have played in the era."
Mm.
Hi, I'm glad you're on my team on Exo Sports Talk.
And why? And why? The question I would ask: would they have been able to keep up with Steph Curry back then? Because a lot of those guys were slower foot.
Slow.
That's let's start right there. They were slower foot.
That's a debate.
Yeah.
But good
But we're
point,
gonna
Y.
move.
Good
We're
point,
going
Y.
to move on because we can be here all day eating hot dogs and hamburgers, guys. COVID's running through the NFL. 39 players. Odell Beckham has COVID, and 8 Cleveland Brown players have tested positive for COVID. Give me a quick answer, Emerson, on how you feel about that.
Well, I said this at the beginning of our broadcast when we started talking about this. What would happen if 2 of your major star quarterbacks come down with COVID and we are in the AFC or NFC championship game or Super Bowl? Will we be notified by the NFL that those players have contracted COVID and they're not allowing them to play? Thank you, Malcolm. Wear your mask. Or will we watch 2 backup quarterbacks in the Super Bowl? And I know, Aaron, you talk about it's all about the money. What will happen there? I just want to know what's going to happen. What's going to happen if we got 2 backup quarterbacks starting in the Super Bowl?
Production meeting, M. Production meeting, M. Terry.
Malcolm, you breathing
Those are
on
my
me.
thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts.
It's concerning. I'd like to know. I don't think we'll ever find that information out because I know it is probably private information, or maybe we will. But how many of those players are vaccinated versus non-vaccinated? I believe, like Emerson said before, it's not just the NFL. It's you've seen it in the NBA, you've seen it in the NHL. So it's a little concerning. It could impact the game, but the NFL has kind of already come out, I think before the start of the season, and sent a memo out to the teams that, that if players are getting COVID because they're unvaccinated, it's the team's responsibility, and they could very well. They're not going to accommodate the season. They're not pushing games back. They may push back the times, but they're not going to. If you can't play that week, you can't play that week. And I think there was some talk too. I'm not sure how true it was because this was sent out, I guess, early July, that they were going to hold some teams financially responsible. If it was because players were unvaccinated. So, I just hope that everyone's following the health protocols and get our NFL players back on the field. First off, healthy, and back on the field playing again.
Malcolm.
Let's be real. Americans got a little complacent and socially irresponsible at times now.
Well
I see people in the stores, with the mask not on. I mean, the other day I was in the grocery store and I had my mask in my pocket and I went back to get something and came back to get the bag. And I went in the grocery store. As soon as I got in the grocery store, a little young man said, "Hey, you don't have on your mask." I said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you." And I put on my mask real quick. I had it in my pocket. Think about it, like you said, we're not out of the woods yet. As you can see, it's been going up. It's on a rise. We got the new variant coming out. America, all over the world, please be safe. Be safe. Save yourself. I mean, if you're vaccinated, okay, you still can catch it. I mean, it's sad that the NFL is on the rise, NBA is on the rise. And by the way, the NBA is trying to the NFL is trying to incorporate a way to where the NFL can come back sooner. I don't know if they're going to do it for the non-vaccinated people, but they're going to try to see if they can bring them back sooner. They're trying to figure out a way because they know playoff time is coming. Because I got a feeling one of these superstars in the playoffs going to catch COVID. I hope it's not a Cowboy.
Yep.
But one of these players and the superstar will catch COVID. And I don't want to hear them saying, oh, we didn't know. Oh, you knew. They're trying to do strenuous protocol now.
Right.
But
I hear you.
be safe out there, everybody, please.
Brian.
Yeah, I'll just be real quick. Just sports, what you see what's going on is a small sample size just of how quickly this can spread. You see teams, the Bulls, they had to cancel a few games because they didn't even have enough players. So with this being said, it's a small sample size of what globally, with people being more indoors, you just have to be careful, be mindful, you know. Put on a mask. To me, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but not for yourself. You're thinking about others. I wouldn't want to do something to get somebody else in a predicament where it may not be safe for them.
Let's just hope that the NFL and the NFL Players Association have made another agreement with COVID. You can find out more information on the ESPN website because it's so much going on right now. The agreement that they have, if you have the you're going to get tested no matter what now in the NFL, whether you have the vaccine shot or not. If you are vaccinated, but they're going to be able to tell if you can spread COVID, and if you can't spread COVID, but you have it, you can still play on Sunday. So that was one of the new rules that just, yes, Malcolm.
So if I can just interject here, Aaron, and I'll be very brief. So what if we come to a situation where there's not enough players to suit up on Sunday? Do we have guys playing both ways? I'm just stepping out of the box a little bit.
That's a good question, Emerson, but due to the time restraint, we will have to ask that question next week.
All right.
So from there, I can go on, but please check out the ESPN website because they have a lot more information between the NFL and the NFL Players Association, new agreements that they have going forward about COVID. So for the NFL Week 14, Emerson, Chiefs and Jaguars.
I'm going with the Chiefs tonight.
All right. Malcolm, Raiders and Browns.
I'm going to take the Browns.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say the Chiefs and who?
Chargers.
Okay.
You said Jaguars, though.
You said Jaguars.
Yeah.
He's going to get that lap dance.
I said it was late.
Production meeting.
Yup.
I said it was
production
late.
meeting.
XO Sports News Anchor.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm taking the Chiefs tonight.
I think we got a sponsor. We got a sponsor for our show.
That's awesome.
Raiders versus Browns. Malcolm.
I said the Browns.
Okay. Well, due to I'm losing it up here, I got to ask.
That's
Eugenics.
That's okay.
Patriots.
our
They
sponsor.
pulled Brian.
Patriots, man.
Okay. Cowboys and Giants. Terry.
Cowboys.
Whew.
How about them Cowboys?
He swallowed that one.
Titans and Steelers. I'm taking this one and I'm going to go Steelers. Texans and Jaguars. Emerson.
You sure you got the Jaguars right this time? Is it the Texans and Jaguars?
What you got on your Jimmy hat? What do you got?
I'm taking the Texans, man. They need to win something. I'm just taking the
Jets
Texans.
and Dolphins. Malcolm.
The Dolphins.
Okay. Washington and Eagles. Brian.
Washington.
Cardinals and Lions. Terry.
Cardinals.
All right. Panthers, Bills, Emerson.
Ooh, Bills, you better get back on it. I'm going with Buffalo.
Okay, Bengals in Denver. Malcolm.
I'm going to take the Bengals. I lost on them last week, I think.
Falcons and 49ers. Terry.
Niners, another must win for us. We're at home. Let's get it done.
Packers and Ravens. Brian.
Packers.
Okay. Saints and Buccaneers. Emerson.
Saints, I think there's going to be a shock this week. That's the upset of the week. Saints over the Bucks.
Saints over the
right.
Bucks.
Get busy, y'all.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. One more time.
Get busy, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Don't let him think that he's back in the 80s, going back into the club with a high top fade. Malcolm,
He had his
please
Jimmy
don't-
hat
no
on.
high top.
Right,
No high
right.
top. No high top. Let me see. Yeah, that's Mr. Clean.
Malcolm,
yes.
We get a sponsor for that too.
could you please
Yeah.
tell him about the subscribe button?
Oh, man.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please remember to call the phone number that you see on the teleprompter or your video screen right there. And continue to tell family and friends. Thanks for watching. Once again, we're on all streaming platforms. So please continue to tell a friend, tell a family member, thanks for coming out and thanks for watching. We love having fun with you. Peace.
And once again, our hearts goes out to the people who lost their lives from the tornado over the weekend, and to the Dermaryius Thomas family.
Yes.
Yes,
Truly,
definitely.
our hearts go out.
Lucky.
Emerson.
Well. We want to thank you for another wonderful show. And we're going to see you next time because guess what? I got my swag back.
See, Brian, mommy was right. I should have stayed in school. I should
Yeah.
have paid attention more.
Oh, man.
Oh
Good
boy.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
Good night.
Got your swag back, huh?
Yeah, I got my swag back. Oh, man. Let's do it again.
Recording stopped.
Dude, did you